Got it. Hi, Flosstube. I'm Carrie.
I'm Whitney.
I'm Sarah.
And we are Three Trails Stitchers. So if I pause or freeze, it's because my internet connection says it's, I don't know what it said, unstable, much like myself. So, so who knows, but maybe it'll work. I mean, it's my house internet, so it should work. Anyway, this is a channel about cross stitch and whatever else we feel like talking about because we tend to ramble. So we missed a week. We've kind of become an every other week Flosstube, which is fine. And I think when we feel like filming every week, we'll film every week. If not, we try to at least do every other week. So
Yeah,
let's get more stitching in too. So I think it's a good thing. So how was your last 2 weeks?
I mean, not eventful, so
Anything exciting?
nothing exciting.
Right. Anything exciting, Sarah?
No,
Oh,
Which is not a bad thing. I
no,
mean,
it's really not. I'm just trying to get through the last, now we have 4 weeks of school left. So that's where my focus is. I just want to get through them.
Yeah. 4 weeks, 25 days, 24 and a half.
20.
All right. Oh, I'm sorry. I did the wrong math. 19 and a half because our last day's a half day. Is yours a half day?
It is, and I'm not even counting it because I don't have specials on that day. So it's like 3 hours and they're out.
Oh.
That's where I'm at right now.
All right. Okay. So at least the weather here is, it's somewhat nicer.
It is. My cats are out on the porch. So it's nice enough that the porch can be open and there's no wasps.
that's good.
Yeah. It's not hot. Like there's
But
been
what does Bobby call them? Spicy
raisins. Isn't that
spicy raisins.
Spicy sky raisins.
Yeah, spicy sky raisins.
There's no spicy sky raisins on my porch. So.
I said that to mom because there was a wasp outside her house and she's like, what? It makes perfect sense when you think about it.
Mhm.
Wasps. Anyway, so let's just get into it because we'll just sit here and if not. So finishes, I have 2 finishes. Are we going? You want me to go? You want to go in order?
We'll go in order. Yeah, I have one.
Okay, so I finished this, which it might be kind of hard to see because it's on Black Ada and the cloth is a little dark.
That's a huge piece of fabric.
I know, I just wanted to stitch it and so I didn't cut it down. So I just I didn't even serge it or anything, which this didn't really unravel, which when I show you my whip, it's unraveled a lot. So it doesn't show up right because of my lighting, but this is a quote from it. And this is designed by Misanthropic Stitch, I believe, Misanthropic Stitch. And the floss is from Night Stalker. What's
Calling?
Night
Night Stalker calling. On
I
Etsy.
don't remember what this color was called, but it made me think of it's like reds, oranges, browns. It made me think of like Pennywise's
Wasn't it
hair.
dragon something?
Yes.
I could be lying too. I don't know.
Like that, but I really liked it. And I rewatched both of the newer It movies like when I started this last weekend, and like the colors in those movies are very, even though they don't take place necessarily in the fall, they're very autumny.
Mm-hmm.
And so it really did work, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah, no, it looks great.
I really like the floss. And then my big not fully finished, just a finish, it's not fully finished yet, is I finished my Fabulous Women in History Sal.
Yay! Awesome.
I finished it over a week and a half ago or something, but I was kind of waiting. I didn't post a picture because I was kind of waiting to show it on the Flosstubes.
It's amazing.
It really is.
It's not amazing. So I'm really happy with it. Here's my changes. So I, of course, put Anne Frank. I just moved her over because I took out Avita and
Marilyn Monroe,
which I'll stitch Marilyn Monroe separately. I put in Grace Hopper, and then I put in Jane Goodall, but I changed her because she had a gorilla with her. And so I pulled that out because she studied chimpanzees and just made the tree bigger. So my tree's a little lopsided, but it is what it is. And then I made Valentina Tereshkova into Sally Ride, which, oh, I did put it on. I was gonna say I was gonna put a patch on her, but I did. And then, yeah, so everybody else stayed the same.
It looks so good.
It really does.
I really think Rigoberta Menchú is one of my favorites. I just really like her dress, but I don't know, I was pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
So,
I'm anxious for you to try and chart some of our family members.
yeah. I mean, once you've stitched 30 or more of these little figures, you kind of do get a sense for like how they look. So it wasn't like, I thought it would be harder to like make her Sally Ride, but it really wasn't. And you just kind of move stuff, and because I don't like, it's not like mom's like, get some graph paper and sit down and like draw it. No, I was just like, let's go in, just stitching it.
Whereas I get the graph paper and I sit down and draw it out because I have to see it. But that's okay.
That's what I have you
That's
guys
okay.
for.
It takes all kinds of weirdos.
So I was like, I'll just see if it works, and knowing full well I'm not going to frog it if it doesn't work. So, but I'm really happy with it. So where mom's going to turn it into a like wall quilt thing that's going to go above my mantle.
That's awesome.
That's very cool.
I was pretty proud because that was like my goal for the year was to stitch that. And now I'm done with it. And
Now you're done with it.
Yeah.
And you did kind of struggle last week trying to come up with something to stitch.
I did. So I stitched because at first I was like, I have all these quotes ready to go because I was like, they're easy. But then once I started, I was kind of like, oh, I'm not feeling it. You just get in a funk. So
Yeah.
But I'm happy I finished that quote. I like
No,
it.
it looks great.
So that's my stuff.
Well, I finished my firefighter pattern, but it's getting framed, so I don't have it. But I did finish the ghost stories from the Witchy Stitcher.
Oh, I love it so much.
That looks really good. That black has such better coverage.
Yeah,
Is that
I think it's Cole from
Oh,
Works. It's Fancy Floss, so
really good.
but I did
love
get it.
I love his candle.
Yeah, right.
I love his smile. I like how all the other ghosts are like, "Whoa," and he's just like,
He's just like happy. He's a happy ghost. So that's hopefully next week I'll have my firefighter one back and have it in a frame and everything. So that's my only finish to show.
So I'm in a exchange that it doesn't have to be done till like August, but I want to get it done before we leave for Disney because there's other stuff I want to do this summer. And it could be fall or Halloween. And I've really been wanting to stitch this Primrose Cottage stitches. I bought it some time ago as a kit. It came with the Fancy Floss. The only problem was the Seagull Fancy Floss really blended into my coconut shell fabric from Be Stitch Me. So Carrie helped me pick out, we discovered that there are such thing as purple pumpkins, and it's not super purple, but it's kind of a purpley blue.
It looks good.
And I'm going to turn this into a mattress pincushion. So I charted and made the band that will go all the way around. And then in a couple weekends, I'll have mom help me put it together. And I'm trying to decide if I'm going to go ahead and do like something on the bottom, just maybe the outline, and then stitch like her name and my name and 2022 exchange or something.
Oh yeah, you could do that.
That's a good idea.
That would be something that would be simple and quick. At first that border was kind of a beast, but like once I got into it, it went super fast. And this is Coconut Shell 14 from Be Stitch Me. And thankfully to Whitney Lynn gave me the piece and I was able to do the band because when I started out, I didn't know what I was going to do. So I didn't really cut wisely. I think I could have gotten it all out of one piece if I'd been a little bit smarter cutting, but I kind of plan my projects like mom plans her quilts as I go.
Yeah.
This is my only finish. So this is what I've been working on. And yeah, I'm happy. I'm excited to get
I like it. That's
together.
good.
And I'll probably end up making another one for myself because I told mom and Carrie in the car yesterday, I really kind of want to keep it, but I also want someone else to see it. So that's it.
So whips, I only have one whip. So my theme for this year was to stitch like, women that inspire me or quotes that I love or that kind of thing, but I'm going off of that. Sorry, my eyes really itch. I think it's the grass growing. I'm going off of that theme, although I mean it's May, so I did pretty well.
You can do whatever.
You did pretty
want.
good. Yeah.
So
There's no cops are gonna come arrest you if you go off plan.
Yeah, that's true.
cross stitch police. So I saw that Satsuma Street's doing this Animal House Sal. It started Friday.
Friday.
Ooh,
The
sorry.
colors are amazing because it's Satsuma Street. And I was
Colors are
like,
always
it
so
doesn't
bright
have,
and poppy.
she was like, it doesn't have a really complicated border like my other Sals. And I was like, okay, I'm in. Well, I mean, this is gonna be a ton of stitching, but I started it. I'm doing it on Fabric Flare. It's this like polka dot, but the really light tan polka dot, and I can't think of what it's called.
Is it French something? I have my piece. Hold on.
I was gonna try to show the picture of the first part that she put up. So this is part of the first part,
French,
like,
it's just called French dots neutral.
and the dot, like when you take a picture of it, the dot, that's more like what Sarah's showing. Like when you take a picture of it, the dot looks super pronounced, but person it's not. And I just, first of all, I didn't want to buy fabric, and I'm not a big like neutral stitcher. So
Yeah.
anyway, so this is part of part one. So it's like the doorway with the steps and these little plants, these little trees outside. And then there's an animal in the doorway, which I won't say because you may not have seen it. And
Topiaries. Those are topiaries.
Yeah.
You should know that.
so I started it.
Oh, it looks good.
I
I
mean,
like the dots. Yeah.
her stuff is just like, it's really like relaxing to stitch. There's a ton of color changes, but it's filling in blocks and it's just really relaxing to stitch. I really can't
Well,
recommend.
and her colors are always, they're just bright and happy colors.
Yeah.
The colors are amazing. And I think like this time of year, when you're just trying to make it through, you need bright colors. This time of year, I always want to stitch something bright, and hers always meets that criteria. So that's what I'm working on, but it's going to be a lot of stitching because that part one is, I mean, that whole, and maybe the other parts won't be as much,
That's
but
big.
yeah, it's a lot.
But
It's
it'll be
enjoyable.
awesome when it's done though. Like
I'm very excited to
it's
see the
gonna look
rest
so
of it.
good.
So
My whip is one of the Prairie Schoolers little Halloweens. I think she's called Miss Fortune.
what fabric is that?
This is the same fabric I did the other one on. I think it's called Hot Chocolate by
Okay.
Stitch Me.
I really like it.
14 count. So I started it just a couple days ago, and then haven't been home much to stitch on it. So
Those are so much bigger than I think that they are.
yeah,
I guess it's just because they're printed on a postcard. So you
because they're on a card, you think they wouldn't be very big, but yeah, I mean,
they're
they're
big.
not huge, but they're
Yeah,
they're
They're
small
older, I think.
compared to what I usually do. So,
I really want to stitch.
That's
one.
true.
but yeah, so that's my only whip. I'm just working on it.
I started A Year in the Woods 2, The Swans. And so I got that done last night. The couple of the trees and some snowflakes. And then this little line is the snow I'm sitting on the chimney. So there'll be a little, I'll work on
I love that.
I like getting all this done, and then like that's how I did the fox, and then I did the fox. So I really like getting all that done. So, but I don't know how much I'll do today because Bob's Burger Sal started today.
So what does it look like? Like, I mean, you can't show, I guess, but
She posted a picture on our group page.
is it a Facebook group?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
crud. I'll get to it when I get to plans. Go ahead. I gotta
yeah, I
find
kind
it.
of want to see what it looks like, but anyway. So haul, I don't have a ton of haul. I've been trying to be good because we have Disney trips coming up, and I just, but I did have to buy some fabric. I mean, I didn't have to, but I did.
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
to.
So Memphis Sarah and Lolly Pop Stitches and I are going to do a Disney Sal starting in a couple weeks. We're doing this. I hope they don't mind me breaking out this news. I'm sure they won't. It's not like it's a big secret.
Oh,
But we're
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
do
that's true.
this random pattern that we found on Etsy that is it's actually Disneyland, not Disney World, and fireworks. So that's
That's gonna be pretty.
Sleeping Beauty Castle at Disneyland with fireworks above it. And the person who designed it, I don't know if they said what they did it on, but I'm doing mine on navy just because I think it's like night sky. So this is just navy Ada that looks black in this video. To do that on because it has 310 in it. And so, I kind of want the 310 to show up. But anyway, and then I ordered, I forgot I do have fully finished objects. So I'll grab those after I'm done. I got
I do too.
more of this vintage country mocha Ada in 14 count because I want to stitch the rest of the Little House Needleworks Dear Diary series. And I use this for a few of them. And then I'm still trying to figure out my mermaid. I haven't gotten all the stuff for it. But I'm trying to figure out fabric, and it's either like order some random pieces of fabric flare or find something that so we were at CC and Company last weekend, I think. And I found this is Mystic Fabrics Mother Nature. I'm not 100% on it, but I thought it might look decent for my mermaid.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, it's very like brackish water,
Yeah.
so it may work. It's not quite as like, it looks super, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
It looks kind of washed out there.
Yes, like in person, it's much more like
Vivid.
blends together. And
Yeah.
So that may be, but until I buy the 5 million DMC and everything else and lay it on it, I'm just not sure, but this will get used for something if it doesn't get used for my mermaid. So
That's true.
for me.
For me, I got my Stitch Me fabric of the month, which is called Peanut, and it's just a neutral color. And then I got the Yellowstone TV show box from Forbidden Fibers, so I'll show it real quick. It came with this needle minder that says, "Don't make me send rip."
That's a good size needle minder.
Yeah, it's pretty big, and a Yellowstone keychain. And then came with this pattern,
Love it.
which is rip, and it says, "There's sharks and minnows in this world, and if you don't know which one you are, you ain't the shark." Which is wise words from Rip. And then this piece of fabric, which is called Palomino.
That's pretty.
It's really pretty.
14.
A little project bag that has the Yellowstone Y on it with this little cowboy hat and zipper pull.
Oh,
And then it came with all the floss for the pattern.
the colors are really pretty.
The
Mhm.
colors are gorgeous. I mean, it's, what is it, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9.
Oh,
And then it has like this little horseshoe
oh,
on
cute.
the thing. Let's see. It also came with a koozie and a pack of cards and some sunflower seeds and some lip balm.
Oh, I like
So
that.
I mean, I'm super happy with it. It makes me want to do more of the boxes that they offer.
Mhm.
So
That's cool.
that is all my haul. I haven't bought anything else. All the boxes.
So I got my fabric flare, and it's just another neutral. It's called White Marble Pine. And there's some modeling or something in it. I don't know if I showed this last time or not. Carrie thinks I did the June monthly Quaker. And then Tiny Modernist part 6 and 7.
I love him.
I love them too.
I really want to do those.
Yes.
And somebody, it might have been Athena, I can't remember who I watched, talked about doing the moon in a fancy floss. And I might do that because it's just a DMC, but I think a fancy floss moon would look.
Glow in the dark would be
Dimension.
cool too.
We'll glow in the dark wood too. And then I ordered some floss from 123, and Floss Can't Travel Alone. And these patterns, 2 of them were on sale, 1 of them wasn't. So I don't know what the criteria for the sale was, but it's parts 1, 2, and 3. From the Heart Needlework by Wendy, and they're called the Sampler Petites. And I love me a good alphabet.
Oh, cute.
Is that all of them?
Yeah. Parts 1, 2, and 3
Oh,
has.
I crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
Cute. Those are cute.
Those are cute.
I like
I don't
it.
know when I'll start them, but I have them. That's it for my haul. I'm trying to behave too because of Disney. So
It's so hard.
It's real hard.
It's real hard.
Not a bunch of books at Barnes and Noble. So we did get some stitchy kindness from Memphis Sarah. She sent this really sweet card. She's just amazing. So really thankful for her. And she sent us some stickers, some Disney stickers.
Oh, awesome.
Ooh.
And the stickers are from Wish Upon Magic, I'm guessing on Etsy. So if you like Disney stickers, so thank you, Sarah.
Maybe they have an.
I have a
Insta-
card for Sarah that's been sitting here that I need to actually get together and mail. It's been sitting here for like, I don't know, the last quarter of school is just crazy. So, but I want to show my fully finished objects because otherwise I'm gonna get a call.
I'm gonna go grab mine too because I don't want to get a call either.
Otherwise, Linda's gonna be like, why didn't you show your things?
Right. She's not gonna be
So
happy.
she's been trying to like finish some stuff. We like sorted into like things we want into drums or things we want flat folds or, you know, we did that one day. So she worked on some pillow finishes this week. Pre-COVID, and then at the very beginning of COVID, I was stitching these Dear Diary patterns from Little House Needleworks, and I got 3 of them done. And then I just started stitching other things and I haven't gone back to them. I love them and I want to go back to them. So that's kind of my goal for the summer. That's why I bought that.
And seeing mom finish your pillows makes me want to do them now.
Yeah. So this one
Yeah,
is
they're so good.
Elizabeth McGuire, and she's the Shenandoah Valley. And then she finished it with just these vintage fabrics that she has. Yeah. So, and the next one is Abigail Winslow, which is Boston 1780. And I think this is like my great grandma's, she had a dress in this fabric. I
Oh,
believe.
neat.
That fabric.
Yeah. I do love this fabric. It's so pretty. It's like little roses.
Mhm.
Yeah, it is neat.
So pretty. I wish they would like, I know they do like vintage, but I wish they would release, they do cutesy vintage, like 50s style, you know, seed bag kind of stuff. But I wish they would do like 1950s, 60s, like actual dress fabric.
Yeah.
You know, like, anyway, I don't know what I'm trying to say. And then this one is Fort Wayne, Mary Heaton, who's Fort Wayne, Indiana. So yeah, so those 3. And then there's, I think 4 more that I have that I need to stitch. So, oh, and this one has this on the back. It's really
Oh, the
pretty.
leaves. I love that.
Yeah. So she finished those for me. So they're in my little tiered basket dealie. I have more than one pillow now in my tiered basket.
Yay.
So I think I stitched this last Easter, the little gnome guy.
I love that.
I do
'Cause it's
too.
got the
And
ribbon. Yeah, the rack.
the Rick Rack rainbow, and then the retro.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah.
That
and
rainbow
then-
rick rack.
This I stitched, I don't know, one year at Valentine's Day. And I
I
have
love
all
that.
these, so I now seeing it finished, it makes me want to dig them all out and stitch them all. So those will probably be
Okay.
coming out this
Thanks,
summer.
Mom.
Thank you, mommy.
One of these days I'll go through mine and she'll get a couple of mine to do.
We promised her that this summer we will learn how to finish stuff, at least
Yes.
some things. Like, I don't know that like a drum is in my wheelhouse, but like this, I could do that.
Yeah.
I could definitely do like a flat fold
Mhm.
type thing. So we just have to like
Sit down and do it.
we have a ton of things that need to be finished and it's overwhelming. So anyway, but that is it. That's our cross stitch stuff. I'm guessing. Anybody else have anything plans. So my plan
Plans.
is to do more on this Satsuma Street Animal House South. That's my plan.
I'm just gonna keep working on my prairie schooler for right now.
I'm going to work on my swans, but I'm going to start the frame for the Bob's Burgers Stitch Along, Burger Boy Stitch Along. This is Fourth Circle Studios on Facebook.
Oh,
And I think for the next week, I don't know. I don't want to speak out of turn, but it was a free sale if you signed up by a certain time. And I feel like you still have time to sign up. So like there's what we got today, and there's what the border's gonna look. So
Cool.
I cut my fabric out, and I think I'm gonna start stitching the
so
border.
which part did you get today?
The whole thing, the border.
Oh, okay.
So it's Bob's Burgers, little hamburgers, and then his burger sign, burger of the day.
Oh, it's the okay, that's
Yeah.
what I was trying to figure out.
So I'm working, I want to get this, I want to get a bag made, and I think I can get it put together pretty quick. And I bought all the floss, and I just need to serge the fabric. I really kind of think I want to work on my swans today, and maybe I'll start the other one, like work on it all through the week. Because patterns come out like every other week, so I have till May 15th.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and the other parts look pretty small.
How long does it last?
Good question. I just had that. Oh. There's 7 parts, so it goes from May 1st. The last part comes out August 7th.
Oh, okay. It'd be good summertime stitch.
Yeah, and I have some cute little patterns I downloaded from Etsy that are each of the characters. And I think when I'm done, I want to stitch each of those as stuffies, and then like maybe it says it's going to be 8x10 when it's finished on 14. So I figured I could just get like a frame that sets up and put my little stuffies around it. So we'll see.
The Witchy Stitcher announced her new stitch
Oh,
along.
Thing.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
It says vampires, werewolves, and witches. Oh my. It's the sister to the cryptid Sal, but just as spooky. It's a supernatural one. And it doesn't start till like June 1st, but
16 of these characters.
yeah,
Oh, it's gonna be a big one.
it's gonna be a big one.
I mean, it's not like I'm not gonna buy it.
Oh,
Right.
Not stitch the cryptid.
Maybe
Sal.
I'll actually do this one.
That's exciting. That's big
Yeah.
news. We were all waiting. It was supposed to be it right at noon. So, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something else. Oh well, not that important.
Oh well.
It was something good, but I was gonna tell you that Whitney and I went to a movie Friday night. It felt like almost normal times, except
Yeah.
we had really bad storms. I mean, they weren't as bad as they could have been. They were coming into Kansas City because there was a really bad tornado in like Andover, Kansas, and I think
That's where my brother-in-law lives. They were part of that.
Are they okay?
Yeah, fortunately they didn't get any damage, but they were not too far from where it
So
all
is it
was.
outside Wichita?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because then they said one was like in Wichita proper. But by the time it got here, I mean, it was not a good storm. It was pretty intense, but it didn't last a long period of time. But anyway, so we went to the movies and we went to dinner and we saw the new preview, Sarah, for Bob's Burgers.
Bob's Burgers, yeah.
Like the new trailer. So I'm excited. And we were in the Dolby theater, and so the screen was like crystal clear. Like I told Whitney, I'm like, when you spent like the last 2 years just watching movies on TV, I mean, we've been to a few, but not that many. To then be in Dolby, it's like, oh my Lord.
Right. I was like, we missed it so much.
Yeah, like this is why we came to the movies.
Yes, yes.
There isn't a cat in front of my screen. It's incredible.
No dogs
Anyway,
barking.
so you'll have to look up the new trailer for it. So
well, I'll probably look that up as soon as we're done.
so anyway, so that's probably it for us and cross stitching. So we still plan to do a giveaway. I think we just kind of have forgotten about it. So hopefully like right once school's over, we can do that. But if you don't want to listen to us ramble longer about, our little media corner, what we're reading, watching, or listening to, then you can hit the road. We won't take it personally because, I'm sure a lot of people are like, and we're done.
Yeah, it's done.
But if you do want to listen to that, it's gonna start now. So I'm still reading Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby. I don't know why I'm still reading it. I should have finished it by now, but I don't know. I haven't been reading much in the evenings, but I was reading last night a little bit and I got back into it and I only have like I think less than 100 pages left. So it will be done soon. Whitney and I also on our almost normal night on Friday went to Barnes and Noble and I bought books that I shouldn't have bought. So I bought this book, The Family Plot by Megan Collins, which was last month's book of the month, adult book of the month for Barnes and Noble. I am addicted to their buy one, get one half off things. I bought this book, Sleepless by Romy Hausman, which just sounded good. I think this is this is May's book of the month. And then I bought these two. I bought Blacktop Wasteland, which is S.A. Cosby's first book, because I want to read it now that I've read his other one. And then I bought this random book called These Women, which is by Ivy Pachoda, because it said a gritty murder mystery with feminist twist. And I was like, okay. Yeah. So will I read these anytime soon? Who knows? Will they sit on my desk for the next 2 months? Perhaps. Or on my
Sort of like the books I bought. They'll just sit on my nightstand. So
actually, I think when I finish Razor Blade Tears, I'm going to read this one because it really does sound good. And it says that like her family, this girl's brother went missing, and she said she lives in an island mansion deep in the woods, kept isolated by her true crime obsessed parents. So, I mean, you have me. I'm in.
yeah.
As far as listening to, a little bit of My Favorite Murder, I listened to more of that John Meacham Hope Through History, which I do recommend. I won't listen to it all the way through in one sitting, but there's been some really good ones, and they do help you see that, like, even though it feels like we're in unprecedented times, a lot of the things we're experiencing have happened in history and that people have made it through. So, and then I started listening to a podcast called Tiffany Dover is Dead, which it's like Truthers, Tiffany Dover is Dead. And it's sort of about like that anti-vaccination movement and that kind of thing. And it's really interesting. And then today I'm watching all the Hunger Games movies just because I was in the mood. I don't know why. I watched the first 2 episodes of Under the Banner of Heaven on Hulu, which I think Sarah also watched. And I mean, I won't say a ton about it because, but I do recommend it. It's pretty interesting. It's based on a book by John Krakauer, and Andrew Garfield's in it, who everybody has a newfound love affair once again with Andrew Garfield. So, because he's the nicest person in the world. But I do recommend it. It's really good. I don't know. I need to write down what I watch because I don't remember then.
Oh, I wrote it down. It's sitting at school.
Yeah, that's usually what I do.
I watched this week's Dateline. I had to watch it on demand because Dateline, of course, is on Friday night. And anytime it's storm season in Kansas City, like one of my friends posted, you're in the Midwest when Dateline gets interrupted by your local weatherman.
Yeah.
And so I had to watch it on demand.
I think the only thing that didn't get interrupted was the NFL draft.
Oh yeah, we can't interrupt the draft.
Yes, I had to switch over to channel 3 to get any updates because God forbid we interrupt the NFL draft.
Yeah,
I like football, but come on.
I turned something off
my screen and my cats are going nuts. I'm kind of like, can I get a little update here?
Yeah. When did that start? The draft? Was it Friday night or Thursday?
It started Thursday.
Oh, it started Thursday. Oh,
it's like 4 days long.
It must have been Thursday night. I turned off because they didn't used to air that. Or it was on like ESPN or something. It wasn't like it is now.
Yeah, no, now it's every.
I turned off whatever I was watching and it was on, and I'm like, and I mean, if you're into it, great. But I'm like, is this something that like, do people sit there for 4 days and watch that? And then like the little tune they play before,
probably in their own film. I mean,
but then like 30 minutes later, I'm sitting there because they were like, next up, Kansas City Chiefs, and I'm like, well, I don't watch Chiefs games. 30 minutes later.
You get sucked in. And next year, the draft is going to be here in Kansas City, which will bring a lot of money to the city.
There will be. That'll be nuts.
Hold on, let me close my door.
What was that? That sounded like the purge.
Right.
The purge will commence.
It's my lovely neighbor next door.
What is that noise though? Is it a car?
It's the leaf blower to blow the grass off his driveway into my yard.
It sounded like either tornado warning or because it went like,
Yeah. He thinks I don't pay attention. I do.
it's like the Burbs.
Right.
It's like the Burbs, only not funny.
Not funny. Yeah.
Yeah, no, because he's like a mean jerk. He has no allies in the neighborhood at all.
He would not survive the Hunger Games.
Anyway.
Our allies. So I think that's it. I know I watched other stuff, but like right now I'm like, I watched Law and Order. I'm really enjoying the new Law and Order that it's back. It's really good. I don't know. I watch stuff. I watched 2020. I don't know.
Just the normal stuff.
Yeah, like I know I watched other things because I'm like, but you just watch so much stuff and you watch a couple episodes of this and then this and then so.
Okay, I haven't been reading or listening to anything. I did buy 2 books at Barnes and Nobles, but they're in my car still, so I can't tell you what they are.
Reading,
or but hopefully I'll start reading them. But I did watch quite a few movies. After we zoomed with Bobby and Sarah, Memphis Sarah was talking about Shining Vale on Stars, so I did a free trial so I could watch that. So I watched Shining Vale, which was pretty good. Like now I'll have to get Stars when it comes out with the 2nd season because
that's the problem.
I watched The Unholy with Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Oh, okay.
Which is not really a scary movie. Like when it came out, they sort of advertised it like a horror movie.
Yeah, I remember the way they advertised it, and I just figured it'd be a horror.
I mean, it was good, but I wouldn't call it like a horror movie. I watched Escape Room 2, Tournament of Champions, which was pretty good. I also watched Don't Breathe 2, which was good, but it was not nearly as suspenseful as the first one. I watched Fantasy Island, which was
everything you can imagine it was.
Everything you can imagine it would be. And I also watched a movie called Wind Chill that has Emily Blunt in it. And it's about like a ride share going home from college for Christmas, and they get stuck in a snowstorm, and this kind of like supernaturally kind of disaster thing pursues. And then I'm also watching the Outer Range, I think it's called, with on Amazon. I'm in it now. I have no idea what it's actually about or what's going to happen, but I'm in it.
How many episodes are out?
There are 6, and they release, I think, 2 episodes every Friday.
Okay.
But I don't know how many they're going to be, but yeah, I'm in it now, so I have to finish watching. It's not bad. It's like
you're just not sure where it's going.
It's like an alien Yellowstone, sort of.
Like Stranger Things meets Yellowstone.
Basically. Yeah. I think I've read that somewhere too, that's kind of how they described it. It's good. I just can't figure out.
I need to watch it, but I might wait till it's
exactly. Yeah. But that's it for me.
I'm not reading anything. I did buy a book the other day at Target that I want to start. Joe Hill, the phone, that I think Carrie told me it's like a series of short stories, which will probably be good for me to kind of something to read. I have been listening to the podcast Morbid. I'm working my way backwards through it. And so like I listen, and they're longer. They're about an hour and a half. And the first one I chose to listen to was 2 episodes. So it was The Leaf Murderer, which someone needs to do a Dateline on him. Weird. And then the Wonderland Murders, which was also a 2-parter. And now it's a disappearance one, the disappearance of Dorothy Arnold. And I finished part 1. I mostly listen on the way back and forth to work, so I'll start part 2 tomorrow. Watching, like I said, I had a list and I left it at school. I know I went back and I rewatched It part 1. I haven't finished It part 2 yet. I just haven't been in the mood. I did watch, it was on Discovery Plus, and I even texted Whitney and said, have you watched this yet?
Oh, that Ghost Town Terror.
Ghost Town Terror.
Yeah.
It was good. But it kind of just ended. I mean, it's like, I don't know. There's other paranormal shows that I feel like give more evidence. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too picky. Maybe after watching Paranormal Caught on Camera, I'm just kind of like, come on, show me something floating around, show me something moving, show me a shadow.
Right.
And then I got caught up on From on Epics, which I absolutely love.
I need to get Epics and watch it because I've heard it's good.
Epic's a pay channel?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I have it. I didn't know that was it bad that I don't know that I pay for it.
Very bad. You don't know what you're paying for.
Because I was watching the Hunger Games was on there and I'm like, I figured it'd have commercials and I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, I watched, I think it's Pyewacket, Pyewacket. It came up. I was looking for free horror movies without ads and it came up. It was okay. It was interesting. It's a girl who's like a teenage girl who's very goth and into the occult, and she casts a spell and the spell actually works, type of thing. So and then after that, because I wasn't tired, I was looking for something else to watch. I watched it's called Chaos something, but it's KAOS, and it's a found footage.
Oh.
And it was more dealing with aliens, and you guys know I don't deal very well with that.
Sarah doesn't like aliens.
No, I mean, I'm sorry. Jason comes at you with a machete, you know what you're getting. The lights in the sky start happening, you don't know where you're going. All right.
Are they going to be ET or are they going to be
are they going to be ET or are they going to be, a xenomorph ready to lay eggs in your chest? So they're going to be fire in the sky where they're experimenting on you for 45 minutes and covering you in pancake syrup. I mean, what's going to go on?
Aliens are like a box.
I'm not all about the and the probes and all the no. Anyway, but I'm kind of into found footage stuff right now, so it's kind of, I feel like I'm running out of found footage to watch, so I watched it. It was pretty good. It wasn't bad. It was just different. I know I have a list. I had made a list of things I watched. And
I know I need to. Because it's not like my TV's not always on.
But I've really been enjoying the Morbid podcast. I even keep saying that to Carrie. So
I'll have to check that one out. I think I have it downloaded. I've just never really looked at it.
And one of the girls, she has a mystery book that's coming out in September called The Butcher and the Wren. And after listening to the way she tells the stories on Morbid, it makes me want to read her book. So anyway, that's it.
Right, well, I guess that's pretty much it for us. We didn't ramble too terribly long.
Not too bad.
So we might see you in 2 weeks. You never can tell. So, but I hope that you guys have a good week or two, that you're getting some stitching in, that you're staying healthy, and that the weather is decent where you are. We're just hoping for no more like heavy freezes and all that stuff. So
yeah, it's kind of bad when one day you have a freeze warning and the next day there's tornado watches.
So. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, like just our world now, I feel like. So
you used to be able to say that was just Missouri, but I don't think it's just Missouri anymore.
My goal at this point is just not to turn my heat on again, which I did last night because it got really chilly.
I finally had to get up in the middle of the night and turn it on because I got really cold. It's off now, but
yeah, like that's my goal.
Like now. 59 in my house. I was like,
and I just not turn my heat on today.
Not turn the heat on.
Yeah,
that's my goal.
So we will let you go. I got to get back to the Hunger Games because in this thing without me. So.
Are you coming over to search that fabric?
Yes, because it's fraying. That's what I was gonna say. Is this fabric flare? Like sometimes stuff doesn't fray too much, but I definitely need to search this because I just started this and it's really.
Yeah, sometimes it's real bad. Other times it's not quite as bad.
Well, and this is like
kind of weird.
This is a 6-part thing, so probably
it's gonna be going on for a while.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna run over to Sarah's and do that. But all right. Well, we will let you go. You don't have to hear about our daily plans.
Sorry.
So we'll see you next time. Take care and we'll see you real soon.